so it's only 30 minutes long, and I started a new one. So hopefully then, at least, with the crappy resolution that I set it to and how short it is, it won't kill me. Let me just get the book.
That reminds me.
I quickly retrieved the book that I had put into my bag. All right, it's fine if it's fine if I sit here, right? I slip in. Reminds you of what?
I had you said recording. I remember I had one. I need to move to my phone.
Oh, interesting. I slip into the seat next to Yuri's. Ah! Yeah! Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive. I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to, it's just something I'm not very used to. That is reading in company with someone. I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting or anything. Alright. I open the book and start the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I can feel her presence over the shoulder as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing. Maybe I got a little distracted, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri's in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead. Sorry! I was just breathing and feeling your body heat! Yuri, you really do apologize a lot, don't you? That's what she said. I do? I don't really mean to. Sorry. You're crazy. Here, this should work, right? I slide my desk until it's next to Yuri's, and then hold my book more between the two of them. I suppose so. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Man, this Act 2 really emphasizes the fact that our protagonist is clueless, because not only is he stupid, he's unaware of everything happening around them.
Yeah.
Once we lean in a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. It feels as if my left arm is in the way, so instead I use my right hand to hold the book open. I guess that makes it difficult to turn the page. Here! Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. I do the same with my right arm on the right side of the book. That way I turn the page and Yuri slides it under her thumb after it flips to her side. But in holding it like this, we're huddled even closer than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face as she's in the corner of my vision. Once again, that's a weird thing to think to yourself. Are you ready? Are you ready, kids? I can hear you! To turn the page! Sorry. I thought this was a SpongeBob episode. I think I got a little bit distracted for a second. I glance over at Yuri's face again and her eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her. That's okay. You're not as used to reading, right? I don't mind I don't mind being patient if it takes you a little longer. It's probably the least I could do, since you've been so patient with me. Yeah, person I met literally 5 seconds ago and you're already saying I've been so patient with you? Thanks. I continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she finishes the page before me, so I turn it on my own volition. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning the page almost feels like an intimate exchange. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it under her own thumb. Hey, Yuri! This might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. I don't like that face. That face looks a little crazy, honestly. No cap?
Yeah.
No, I don't relate to this character at all! Definitely not! Really? I was just thinking the way she second guesses everything she says and all that. That's what you were talking about! Sorry, I thought you meant something else about her. Something else? Never mind! We didn't get that far yet, so I don't know why it came to my head! Yuri, are you feeling alright? Yuri's been a little fidgety ever since we started reading. You can rest if you're feeling sick or something. Your breathing is a little... My breathing?! Yuri puts her hands on her chest as if to feel her heartbeat. I didn't even notice. Anyway, I'm fine! I just need some water! Alright, don't push yourself. Yuri stands up and practically rushes out of the classroom. What on earth was that all about? Make money sign. Did something happen just now? I have no idea. Yuri was acting a little strange, I guess. So, you don't know anything. Sorry, I can't say I do. Are you worried about her? Oh, no, not really. I was just making sure that you didn't do anything to her. No, nothing. Don't worry, I believe you, silly. Yuri just does this sometimes, so it's nothing alarming. Alright, if you say so, she's totally mentally stable. Anyway, why don't we start sharing our poems with each other?
All of them.
Shouldn't we wait for Yuri? Well, she might be a while, so I just figured we'd get started without her. Is that okay? Yeah, I was just asking. I stand up. I make a mental note of where I left off in the book, then slip it back into my bag. Who do I want to show my poem to first? Definitely Monica. I should start with Monica. Yesterday she seemed eager to read my poem, and I want her to know I'm putting in effort. Hi, McMoney sign. Did her face just do something, or was that just me?
I have no clue, because my eyes did a weird thing.
I was looking at the text, so I have no idea. Having a good time so far? Yeah? Good. Glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we could do better, I'm always listening. How about this? Have mentally stable people should be #1 on the list. Also, I don't like that you said I'm always listening. That's weird. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. I swear to God, every single time I look at the text and her face changes, she does something weird with her face. I swear to God, I'm either going insane or it's happening. Of course, I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway, want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Don't worry, make money sign. We are all a little embarrassed today, you know. That's the sort of barrier we'll all learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I hand Monica my poem. Great job, make money sign. I was going, oh, in my head while reading it. It's really metaphorical. I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. I guess I underestimated you. It's easiest for me to keep everyone's expectations low. That way it really counts when I put in some effort. That's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know that Yuri likes this kind of writing, right? Writing that's full of imagery and symbolism. Sometimes I feel like Yuri's mind is just totally detached from reality. I don't mean that like it's a bad thing, though. But sometimes I get the impression that she's totally given up on people. She spends so much time in her own head that it's probably a much more interesting place for her. But that's why she gets so happy when you treat her with a lot of kindness. I don't think she's used to being indulged like that. She must be really starved for social interaction, so don't blame her for coming on a little strongly. Like earlier, I think if she gets too stimulated, she ends up withdrawing and looking for alone time. Suddenly, the door opens. Yuri. I'm back! Did I miss anything? Not really. We totally weren't talking about you behind your back. Well, we all started sharing our poems with each other. Already? I'm sorry for being late. No need to apologize. We still have plenty of time, so I'm more glad that you took all the time that you needed. Alright! Thanks, Monica! I suppose I should go get my poem now. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to not be very good. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know. I see. Well, let's read it then. Hole in wall. Not hole in a wall. Hole in wall. But he wasn't... Oh, this is a continuation of the other one where she was talking about the wall. It had a hole in it. But he wasn't looking at me. Confused, I frantically glanced around my surroundings, but my burned eyes can no longer see color. Are there others in this room? Are they talking? Or are they simply poems on flat sheets of paper? The sound of frantic scrawling playing tricks on my ears. The room begins to crinkle, closing in on me. The air I breathe dissipates before it reaches my lungs. I panic. There must be a way out. It's right there. He's right there. Swallowing my fears, I brandish my pen. So, what do you think? It's very freeform if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. It's okay. Yeah, that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say that I had some sort of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany? Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you will never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on the paper and tidy it up later. Another way of thinking about it is this. If you keep our pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Interesting. Should we, who do you want to go with? Natsuki or Yuri next?
Just get Toad out of the way.
Get Toad out of the way, yeah, so true.
Dot, dot, dot!
Dot, 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 question mark?
Big money sign, if you're not going to take this club seriously, then go home!
What? Harsh.
What? You expect me to believe that you actually put effort into this? Do you think I'm stupid?
I'm not a writer. Maybe it's not very good, but yeah, I did put an effort. We all start somewhere, right? If you're still proud of this poem if you're still proud of the first poem you ever wrote, then I'd like to read it. Painful to think about?
Fine! Well, sorry! You'll get better anyway! I tell you to want to improve, but you're better off just trying again!
Fair enough, I guess. Well, to each their own, I guess.
Anyway, I guess I've got to share mine now! Knowing you, you're probably thinking stupid! Eagles can fly! Monkeys can climb! Crickets can clip! Horses can race! Owls can sing! Cheetahs can run! Eagles can fly! People can try! But that's about it! Yeah? I told you that you weren't gonna like it!
I hate it. Just kidding, I like it.
What? Just be honest!
I am lying. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it?
Well, because everyone in the high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff. You know, MLA format, 12p font, Times New Roman, double spacing. So people don't take my writing seriously. But is it the point of poems for people?
Oh, but is it the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid.
Yes, exactly! I like it when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard, like a bat! Like in this poem! Seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening, so I decided to write about it!
Yeah, I understand.
It's your guard like a metal bat to the back of the head.
Oh, it lets me skip this because I've already seen this. Do I want to, though?
But the lore!
Yeah, the lore.
I don't know.
But the other nice thing about writing simple writing is it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like I set up for a rhyme at the end, but then made it fall flat on purpose. It helps me get the feeling in the last line.
So you did. I guess more went into it than I realized.
That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect to see that from the youngest person here, yeah, did you?
Yeah, I guess not. I decided to humor her with that last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is. But if Natsuki is feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. I have such a vast array of options. Who do I want to go with, though? That's the question.
That is the question.
I think I'll go with Yuri.
Yeah.
Dot, dot, dot.
As Yuri reads the poem, I notice her eyes lighten.
Exceptional.
Why's that?
Dot, 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 question mark? Did I just say that out loud?
Yuri first covers her mouth, but then ends up covering her whole face.
He's gonna hate me.
You really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri.
I guess you're right. What am I getting so nervous for?
Yuri takes a breath.
So, what kind of writing experience do you have? Your use of imagery and metaphors indicates you've read a lot of poetry before.
Really? Wow, that's a huge compliment coming from you. Natsuki, the last person I just talked to, said that it sucked and that I wasn't trying, so I'm getting kind of mixed feelings from the both of you. I'd like you to have some middle ground where you either agree that's bad or agree that's good, you know? It's actually my first time, really.
Huh?
Yuri stares at me blankly, then looks at my poem again.
Dot, dot, dot. Well, I know that. I just meant,
Yuri trails off, unable to find an excuse. She traces her finger along the words in the poem as if breaking it down more thoroughly.
Yeah. Okay. This is the reason I was able to tell. Is that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. And having been through that myself, I learned to pick them up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style so very deliberate. other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter and the form fit the two together. The end result is that both the style and the expressiveness are weakened.
Once Yuri finds her train of thought, as if her demeanor totally changes, and she never shuts up. Her stammering is completely gone, and she never shuts up, but she sounds like an expert.
Of course, that is not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just writing them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes together with practice.
Oh yeah, it's all coming together.
Learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you a valuable feedback. She can be a little bit biased though, and stupid.
Biased out.
Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry!
It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri is apologizing to herself, to me, or to Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now?
Please do! I'd love to share my thought process behind it.
Yuri smiles dreamily as if it's a rare opportunity for her, which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club?
Ghost under the light. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow. Bathing. It must be this one. The last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time. The last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe, calm, breathing the air of the present, believing in the past. The light flickers. I flicker back. ... I'm sorry I have such terrible handwriting.
What? I wasn't thinking that at all.
But it took you a long time to read.
Because it's in cursive!
Ah!
Well, I just don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty. Good thing I can read cursive. It's a weird story about how I learned how to read cursive, though. Do you know about the show Gravity Falls?
Yeah.
So they released the third journal as like a book type thing, and I got it. And every single word in it that isn't like what, because they have like sections towards the end where it's like, oh, Dipper wrote in it, and he writes about his adventures and whatnot. Whenever the first half, like 99% of it, is just all cursive, and so I had to learn how to read cursive by reading it. I had to like look at the word and be like, well, it would make sense if it said that word, and I just kind of taught myself.
That's a relief.
Also, I like the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive.
Was it too short? I usually write longer poems.
Not at all.
I'm really glad you liked it. I'll be honest. Since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose.
Are you in a ghost, Yuri?
Woohoo! Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all, McBunny sign.
Really? I must have totally missed the point.
Yes, he did. Well, I suppose he did only glance over it after all. But remember that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and expressiveness in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost, lingering in the last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing.
That's a lot more solemn putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive.
It's nothing really. Yours was impressive too, so...
Nah, if anything, I could probably learn a thing or two from you.
You think so?
Yeah, of course.
You know,
I smell
I was really nervous about doing all this, but in the end, I enjoyed it. I'm gonna keep doing my best for you, Big Money Sign.
Me too. I'm gonna keep doing the best for myself. Phew. I guess that's everyone. I glanced around the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. I glanced around the room. Wait, weren't there 4 of you? It's as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Oh, there goes the music again.
Oh.
Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club after all. I sigh. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Monica is writing something in her notebook. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly.
What's with this language?
Oh, I'm slipping to toss flowers there. Wow, that's not what I wanted.
Did you say something? Oh, it's nothing!
Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand.
I guess you could say it's fancy. Thanks. Yours is cute. Cute! Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute? I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. Give me the to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but really didn't come out nice at all. Well, I do have a couple suggestions. If I was looking for suggestions, I would ask someone who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. Monica liked it, and McMoneyside did too. So based on that, I'll quietly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me, I appreciate the offer, but I've spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon unless, of course, I come across something particularly inspiring, which I haven't yet. And McMoneyside liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it.
Natsuki suddenly stands up.
Oh, I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to press our new member, Yuri. That's not what you're just...
Yuri stands up as well.
Maybe you're just jealous that McMoneyside appreciates my advice more than he appreciated yours. Huh? And how do you know you didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself? No. If I was full of myself, I would have deliberately gone away with everything to do something like Yetzi. Well, you know what? I was the one who's... Yep.
Yeah. Slay, Natsuki, I guess.
Natsuki!
Natsuki. That's a little...
This isn't from you! Taking your own insecurities and others like that.
Oh, Jesus, that scared me.
Spooky. Oh, spooky.
You're acting
spooky.
young as you look, Natsuki. Me, look at talking, wanna be edgy.
Whoa.
Edgy! Sorry that my life sounds too much for someone in your mental age to comprehend. See? Just saying that proves my point. Most people learn to get themselves out when they graduate middle school, you know. The amount of permanent and self-harassing others with your own sickening attitude. You think you just counterbalance your toxic personality just by dressing and acting cute? The only cute thing about you is how hard you try. Whoa, careful there, you might cut yourself on that edge, Yuri. Oh, my bad, you already do, don't you? Did you just accuse me of cutting myself? What the freak is wrong with your head? Yeah, go on! Let McMoneyside hear everything you really think! I'm sure he'll be head over heels for you after this! Ah!
Suddenly, Yuri turns towards me as if noticing I was standing there.
McMoneyside! She's just trying to make me look bad! That's not true! She started it! ...
How did I get dragged? Whatever I see, of course! Who am I gonna choose?
Wow.
Oh, a little close for comfort there. Hey McMoneysign, why don't we step outside for a little bit? Oh, the words actually went around you this time. Okay. Sorry about that. They really shouldn't have tried to get you involved. It's probably better for us to stay out of this. We'll go back inside once they're done yelling. At some president I am, right? I can't even confront my own club members properly. I just wish I was able to be a little more assertive sometimes. I don't like that the music's gone. Last time the music was gone, someone died, is all I'm saying. But I never have it in me to put my foot down against others. You understand, right? Anyway, if this is what makes you want to spend less time with the others, then that's fine. I'd be happy to spend time with you instead. Suddenly, Natsuki runs out of the classroom. She quickly runs away. Oh dear. Well, it looks like they're done.
I didn't mean it! I didn't mean it! I didn't mean it!
Yuri's rocking back and forth in her desk with her palms on her forehead. Like I said, mentally stable individual. Yuri.
I didn't mean it!
That's a new face. I believe you. I have no idea what Yuri might have said to Natsuki. Or did.
McMoneyside, please don't hate me. Please. I'm not like this. There's something wrong with me today.
It's fine, Yuri. We know you didn't mean it. Besides, I'm sure Natsuki will forget all about it by tomorrow. Completely.
Yeah.
Anyway, the meeting is over, so you can go home if you want.
Yeah.
Yuri looks at me as if she wants to say something, but she keeps glancing at Monica.
You can go first, Monica. I'd like to stay a little bit longer.
I'm the president, so I should be the last one out. I'll wait for you to be done.
Well, I'm vice president, so please let me take that responsibility today.
It kind of sounds like you don't want me to be around for something, Yuri.
It's not that! It's not that, I didn't get much of a chance to discuss my book with McMoneysign. It would just be embarrassing with you listening.
Sigh. I guess I don't have a choice, do I?
I'm sorry for causing trouble.
Okay. Yuri, I didn't know you thought of me that way. Glitches. Disoriented. Unrestrained. Intellectual. Agonizing. Embrace.
Extreme! Headphones! Marshmallow! Nightgown! Imagination extraordinary! Breathe crimson! Heartbeat! Uncontrollable! Cheeks! Landscape! Doki Doki! And Kitty!
I have no idea who we just wrote a poem for. Another day passes and it's time for the club meeting already. Oh, what the frick?
Hold up. That's just spooky.
That's just spooky.
I don't like that.
I don't like spooky. Spooky make me scared. I've got a little more comfortable here the past couple of days. Have you? Honestly, if I was in this situation, comfortable would be the least of my concerns. Entering the club room, the usual scene greets me. Yep, that's the usual scene.
Welcome back, McMoneysign!
Hi, Yuri. I'm so glad that only a quarter of your body is being shown right now. Where is your face? I'm not sure if it's just me or if it's Yuri's expression. I think it's Yuri's expression.
Maybe.
But the weight of yesterday's coral still hangs in the air a little. Yuri glances over her shoulder, looking around the room. Natsuki is reading manga at a desk, and surprisingly, Monica isn't here yet. Suddenly, Yuri takes my arm and pulls me to the corner of the room.
About yesterday, I really need to apologize. Nothing like that has ever happened before, and something like just came over me, I guess. I wasn't acting mentally sound.
You think?
Please don't think we're usually like this. Not just me, but Natsuki as well.
Yuri, I'm happy that you were considerate and apologized. You don't have to worry too much. Even though I've only been here a couple of days, I could tell something was off yesterday. Maybe we were just a little extra sensitive because it was our first time sharing poems. But whatever it was, it didn't make me think any less of you. I had already decided there is no way you can be a bad person. Now that you're apologizing, I know you really didn't mean it.
McMoneysign, don't say those kinds of things so frankly. They make me a little too happy. I'm really glad you're such an understanding person. And I'm really glad that you joined this club. Everything is a little brighter with you around and... sorry, what am I saying right now? Hey, have you guys seen Monica?
Doing these voices, it's too confusing. No, I haven't. I was also kind of wondering where she was.
Man! Yuri, I'm guessing you haven't either?
Yuri's clearly taken aback by how calmly Natsuki is addressing her.
No, I haven't. Jeez, this isn't like her at all. I know this is stupid, but I can't help but worry a little. What? Why are you looking at me like that? Natsuki, about yesterday. I just wanted to apologize. I promise I didn't mean any of the things I said. And I'll do my best to stay under control from now on. So, Yuri, what the heck are you talking about? Did you do something yesterday? Jeez! Whatever's on your mind, I'm sure it was nothing! I don't remember anything bad happening! You're the kind of person who worries so much about the little things, aren't you? But I'll accept your apology anyway if it helps you feel better about it. Besides, it's kind of nice to hear, since I'm always afraid you secretly hated me or something like that. No, not at all. I don't hate you. Well, you're the kind of weird, but I don't hate you either.
Natsuki turns to me.
You're still on trial, though.
Hey, I'm not Amber Heard. Suddenly the door swings open. Sorry. I'm super sorry. Ah, there you are. I didn't mean to be late. I hope you guys weren't worried or anything. Nah. Well, Natsuki was.
I was not!
At.
What took you so long anyway?
Well, my last period today was study hall. To be honest, I kind of just lost track of time. At.
That makes no sense, though! You would have heard the bell ring at least!
I must not have heard it since I was practicing piano.
Piano? I wasn't aware you played music as well, Monica.
Don't give me more credit than I deserve. I guess I've been practicing for a while, but I'm still not really good at it yet.
Still! That must require a lot of dedication, so I'm still impressed.
Well, thanks, Yuri.
You should play something for us sometime!
That's... Monica looks at me. Well, I am working on writing a song, but it's not quite done yet. Maybe once I get a little better, I will. That sounds cool. I look forward to it. Is that so? In that case, I won't let you down, McMoney-sign. Monica smiles sweetly. I didn't mean any pressure or anything like that. Don't worry. I was hoping that I could share it with you anyway. I guess that's why I've been practicing so much recently. I see. I'm not sure if Monica was referring to me, though, to the whole club or just me. In that case, best of luck. Thanks. So I didn't miss anything, did I? No, not really. I choose not to bring up anything about that three of us talked about. Besides, Natsuki is already rung off into the closet.
McMoney-san, such a compliment put me in a good mood. I was wondering if you'd like to spend some time together today. I mean, in the club!
Yeah, definitely. I planned on it anyway.
Okay! Can we start now? Let's find a place to sit. I'm being too forceful, aren't I? I'm sorry.
Yes, you are.
My heart just won't stop pounding for some reason.
Don't worry about it. If anything, it's nice to see that you have so much energy.
Yeah, but I need to try to calm down. I won't be able to focus on reading like this.
Take your time. Yuri takes a deep breath and pulls a copy of the book out from her bag.
Actually, I have a request. Do you mind if I make some tea first?
Not at all.
Thanks very much. If there's one thing that can make my reading time a little better, it's a nice cup of tea. Not to mention for yourself as well.
Yuri stands up and makes her way to the closet. I don't like how they're being so calm sometimes.
Yeah.
I follow and watch as she relieves a small water pitcher from the shelf, the kind of water filter inside.
Can you hold this for a second?
Sure. Yuri hands me a water pitcher and also fetches an electric kettle.
I'm gonna plug this into the teacher's desk and then I'll go get some water.